e-commerce Geeches community is an invaluable resource for me. In fact, I go as far to say that it helps me make day-to-day decisions. It's a community based on good humour and humility and experience, and I often turn to it when I'm stuck or need advice, and sometimes I turn to it just because I want to have a good giggle.
Did it feel like a day off? Good question. Actually, yes, it did. It did. It was nice to be amongst kind of like-minded people struggling with the same constraints and problems. So I think it was a very positive day, lots of good conversations and lots of good takeaways.
It was a pleasure to come on stage and have a conversation with Corinne, who I'll probably call a friend now. Possibly, yeah. About a friend. The talk was really interesting. We were coming up with 10 of the 100 points that were part of the agenda today. And it was an opportunity for people to really understand the full extent of risk management.
And came here today to present my perception and point of view on risk in e-commerce, and hopefully give some insights into areas which retailers can go away and take a look in their own organisations and maybe mitigate some of those risks.
Jim has been raving to me about a fraud talk earlier, so that's clearly resonated, I'd say.
It has. Yeah, I think what exactly that. I mean, I think it's not just about systems and tools. I mean, everyone talks about those, but actually, you know, part of that ever-changing environment is the fact that you now get organised crime between people who don't know each other. You know, WhatsApp, Telegram groups telling people how to defraud particular businesses because they work out how to get around the returns. That was really fascinating. It's always good to have that knowledge, and I'll definitely be telling you more about that later on, Kat.
I think the human element for me, we talk about tech, and that tech is amazing, right? But we're enablers.
Yeah.
We're enabling people in a business still, and making sure that you have those relationships, and hearing other people say they're having exactly the same problems as I am, that feels reassuring and nothing else.
The one tip I would give about driving digital would be to ask questions to your customers. For me, this is the simplest, cheapest way to drive growth.
I think what's important and what's been discussed actually today in the panel was all about data, and I think we sit into a lot of data and take what we need to take and make sure we are definitely showing the right product to the right customer at the right time, making sure they find what they need and what they want.
I think the one tip that I would give in terms of driving digital is to remember that a website is a web. Don't assume that it's a tree or a pyramid. You have to, when you build any content on your website, assume that no one is going to see it. If you've got something that you want them to see, you need to introduce call-outs or content spots or improve the navigation or improve the search. Whatever it takes, you need to drive people to your traffic on site and not just assume that they're going to find it.
I find these types of events incredibly useful. Sometimes we can be a bit complacent and inward-looking in our own businesses. I think there's great humility here, great generosity of spirit, and really great just to hang out with my peers.